Hola, this is Carpaccio with the weekly Paleo report for Wednesday, March 6th of 2024. And I am down here in Patagonia at the confluence. Look at this. This is where the Gray River meets the Deep Blue River. The Deep Blue River, she's coming in from the right over there. And the Gray River is actually almost white. There are so many minerals in it because it is coming from the left, which is over at the glaciers over there. You can see it from the photo at the beginning, and I'll put some more at the end of the glacier. Absolutely amazing. And these two rivers come together. The indigenous people always said the confluence is a sacred place. And I don't know if you can quite see, the reflection on the top of the water. Darn it. But it's gray. It's actually the other side of the river is this beautiful light blue that they're calling gray. And the left side of the river is still clear over here. Anyway. Yeah. So what's going on today? Yesterday I journeyed up there to the top of that mountain. It's where I got the pictures of the whole valley here. And there was a family of 7 condors. I saw all 7 circling all day long. The sacred bird in charge of the celestial world in the shamanism of South America. The Peruvians, Chileans, Argentinians, anyway. The Incas. So the moon's in Capricorn, she is going into Aquarius tonight, if you're in my time zone, which is the Americas. And then from there, of course, when she goes into Aquarius, first she's going to conjunct Pluto today. And then tomorrow, she's going to come into a square with Jupiter, right? And conjunct Mars. Mars is just trucking along. Venus kind of passed him up. I'm going to talk about her moving on, and moving out. By Monday, she's in Pisces. She's like, hasta luego, baby. And not only that, but then Mercury is cruising right along also. I mean, through Pisces is going to conjunct, with Neptune, and then head into Aries. So conjuncts Neptune on Friday and heads into Aries by Saturday. So a little change of guard. Venus goes into Pisces and Mercury exits Pisces. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Just everything changing. Meanwhile, what else? The moon has moved into Pisces and by Friday, and she will go along and conjunct Saturn on Saturday, and then move into Aries on Sunday, just after the new moon. This is a big one. We have the new moon happening at 20 degrees, 17 minutes of Pisces. And I'm going to read you the Sabian symbol for that. We want to talk about that a little bit. I want to talk about Pisces today. Yeah, there's a lot going on with Pisces. Pisces. Woo! It is that time of year. Oh my word. So, what else? Then, by Tuesday, yeah, I mean, the moon moves along and conjuncts Chiron in Aries on Monday, and then on Tuesday goes into Taurus and squares Pluto. Yeah. So let me find a nice little spot on the river here and talk at you. All right, I better get going before it starts raining around here. Ah! The weather changes so fast. Whew. But I have to say, yesterday it was a beautiful sunny day all day long, nice and warm. T-shirt weather. T-shirt weather. I had to take all these layers off, but you got to have the layers with you. And this is very interesting because I really tuned into, and I want to talk to you today a lot about the masculine and the feminine, because I really feel, I mean, look at those rocks jutting out into the sky. I have really felt like Patagonia is a very masculina place. There are thorns, and even on the beautiful little berry bushes, there's thorns. The mosquitoes are all over the place, piercing you all the time. The rocks are jutting up into the sky, and it's harsh, and it's cold, and it's rock faces, and it's just like really hard. And if you try to sit down somewhere, you'll get a bunch of stickers in your butt. I mean, it's just like, whoa. This is a tough place. So here, if you know, and then there's the beautiful clouds, and it's almost like, I don't know, the masculine and the feminine, they complement each other, they drive each other nuts, they conflict with each other, but they need each other. It's like without the sky, you wouldn't get a skyline. Without, Mother Earth and Father Sky, in this case, it's almost like Father Earth and Mother Cloudy Sky. It's flipped around. It's just very bizarre. And then we have the confluence of these two rivers, right? Of the gray and the clear. I wish I, could have gotten you a better picture of that. I'll see if I can, but phenomenal how these two just like merge together. And I'm talking about this today because we just had a Venus-Mars conjunction. And it's been, like really occurring to me that these don't happen so often. Mars goes around, once every 2 years. Venus goes around once every year. And so, if it was heliocentric and we were on the sun, then you would see Venus, pass Mars, every 18 months or so. But with the retrograde phenomenon, with the Earth passing Mars and then Venus doing her retrograde, and this does not happen all the time. The last time these two came together, they did not join. The wedding was not consummated. It was last July of 2023. If you recall, Venus was catching up to Mars, and just as she was catching up, they were 3.5 degrees apart before Mars goes into Virgo and she goes retrograde back down into the underworld in Leo. Last July. Now she comes back, and they do have a conjunction in Aquarius. They travel together for maybe 2 weeks, right? And she just kind of It's almost like, boom, it's a fertilization, you know, and then she's off. She's off. And it's just really very, noticeable how fast the feminine changes. In Patagonia, we could say it's the weather, it's the clouds that come in and go off, and the wind is so strong, and it's just whoa, 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 whoa. In this case, she just tapped into, Mars and Aquarius and said, I'm off to Pisces. See you later, alligator. And, she's going to continue on and carry on. They're not really going to get back together again until January of 26. Yeah. There is an opposition, actually, from what? Venus is at 6 Aquarius in December of this year, opposite Mars. No, Mars is in 6 Leo, right? So she does go around. So there is this opposition that's happening in December. I mean, we'll. It's interesting that it's also on the Leo Aquarius axis, right, where the conjunction was. Yes. And Venus goes all the way around back to Aquarius. In that time, Mars has moved from Aquarius down to Leo, and we have an opposition. And then she has to come all the way back around, and we don't have a conjunction until January of 2026 at 18 degrees of Capricorn. So I just want to get this sense, that here's these Mars, right? These hundreds of millions of years old, rock, stone, the masculine, slow. What's the hurry? Let's chill. Boom. I've just found my spot. Solid. It's like the butterfly, the feminine is the butterfly, dancing from, this rock to the flower to the here to the there. You think of the fairy Tinkerbell or whoever, floating around, and the fairy godmother, but you've got this this masculine is just like, the rocks, the mountains, the bear, I know Mars rules Aries, which is the warrior, and it's charge and go, yeah, but I just have to say, that in comparison, yeah, the soul nature, and we obviously we are both. I'm not talking about men and women, though the women tend to embody and be more conscious of the feminine, and men tend to be more conscious and embody the masculine, and men are usually more in touch with their Mars and project their Venus. Women are usually more in touch with their Venus and project their Mars onto men, but we are both. These are different aspects of the soul, right? And they're constantly weaving and dancing and coming together and separating, and it's just like, but in general, I would say the feminine can, do circles around the masculine, and this goes only not for Venus and Mars. Look at the moon. Right? The moon is whipping around once a month compared to the sun once a year. Okay? I mean, it's just like, really, the emotional nature, the subconscious nature. Look at these feminine mosquitoes killing me. No, they're masculine mosquitoes because they jab you. Oh, anyway, what else? Gaia herself turns around every day, every 24 hours. She's doing this little dance, moving and moving and moving. So we just think of the speed. Yeah, we think of the change of that feminine. And there's a boat coming, man. Amazing. Like, where did a boat come from? Anyway, I want to talk now about Pisces. You know, Venus loves Pisces. Pisces loves Venus. This dreamy energy that is of the spirit, of unity, of love, of oneness, of the law of one, that we are all one. This is just so powerful and so beautiful, and like the mantra says today, so sensitive. Pisces is so sensitive. And the feminine is so sensitive. Just think of Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. Think of the moon. And even the moon, this new moon in Pisces. It's like, shh, quiet, listen. Listen deeply. Yes, into Mother Nature, into everything that she has given birth to. And she has given birth to each one of us. We have to listen to ourselves. We have to listen to our bodies. Yeah? Let me just read the mantra, just, to get that out there. The Great Mother is asking me to tread lightly upon this earth while listening and tending carefully to all that she has given birth. There are layers of listening. And I'm not talking about just, listening to your messages, or listening to some music, or listening to somebody talk. I'm talking about deep listening. Listening with all of our body, listening with all of our senses. This is Pisces listening. Listening to the leaves, listening to the wind, listening to the river. There is this other, it's super sensible listening. It's listening for spirit. And then listening to our bodies. Yeah? And feeling into our bodies. In a way, feeling is listening. Feeling is a type of listening. But when you eat something or you drink something, it tastes really, one way or another. You like it or you don't. It's sweet or it's bitter. And you notice your tastes, and it's kind of listening to, your body. But deep listening takes time, doesn't it? Yeah, you may get a sore stomach or, you may have some bodily issues that take time. And so it's not just the initial taste of what comes at us or what comes into us or what is surrounding us. Yes, the music or the art or the neighborhood that we live in or the family or the psychic energy of the people, in our domestic situation. But, everything is Pisces, Neptune. It's psychically penetrating. Yeah. Not just our psyche, but, even, through our skin and through our taste and through our ears and our eyes. We're taking everything in. And so listening to this body, yeah? It's Virgo is opposite Pisces, right? This is an axis of like spiritually, psychically, sensitively tapping in, but also, yes, that is integrating ourselves with our environment. This is Virgo, integration, which is also health. And so there is this balance here. And Venus rules listening. She rules hearing. Yeah? Mercury is more about talking. Venus is more receptive about listening. And there's this gentle, gentle, gentle quality. So, even, trucking through the mountain there, with the thorns and the berries and the mosquitoes and the rocks, there's, this listening to Mother Nature and the great wisdom, yes, the great history of the land. And what is different about this land than other lands and other places and other countries and other environments? She speaks different languages, yeah? So we also want to just, let me read to you this new moon, because it also has a little bit, it's also kind of tied in here a little bit. It's not super easy to get the connection, but this is the 21st degree of Pisces, yeah. Under the watchful and kind eye of a Chinese servant, a girl fondles a little white lamb. The keynote is a growth in consciousness, in its earliest tactile awareness of the wonders of unsophisticated living. According to the occult or secret hidden tradition, the original Chinese race was an extension of the humanity or root race preceding ours. Thus, the stress upon the biological factors of family and ancestry and ancestors, and also on the dualism of the yang and the yin interplay. The Chinese servant represents the past as a servant of the new evolution. The white lamb suggests the sign of all beginnings, Aries. This new evolution is just about to begin during the late Pisces phase of the year cycle. It is as yet an ideal, a white loveliness. The girl discovers the new feeling of the touch of wool and of animal warmth. Now we witness another kind of discovery, a sensuously emotional discovery, perhaps a presentiment of the mother feeling. There is charm and ingenuousness in the scene, a vision of white hope, a hope for a future that can only be felt, almost naively. The 12th sign, the Alpha and the Omega, the beginning and the end, the great mystery of Pisces. Naive, innocent, unsophisticated, unabashed, wild. I always think of Into the Wild, that movie, right? This is this time period now where things are very unformed, and it can be very confusing, and it can be very like, what's going on and where am I going and what's up, and everything is, like popcorn, and, it's crazy, 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 crazy. Yeah, but the thing is, like, this is really a time I always say, retreat, withdraw, simplify, meditate, listen, let go of all the plans and the goals and the ambitions and the agendas and the, oh my God, this is, let it all go back, let it all flow down the river. And anew will come. This is where hope and faith and trust in the divine, in the bigger, huge picture of infinity, of life, of nature, You know, we're stronger than we know. Our consciousness has been existing through many, many, many lifetimes on this planet, and it will be coming back for many, many, many more. So let's not get too temporal and too fixated on what is happening right now, right this year, right this month, right in this relationship, in this job, in this political thing, and this da 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 da. Pisces is the big, big, big picture of eternity. And for that, we need calm. So surrender to the calm. Tread lightly and tenderly care for ourselves, Mother Nature, the sweetness of what is natural, and get out of the city. That's all I can say. This trip is just really making me want to get myself a nice little cabin up there, right there at the top. I'm kind of done with the whole frickin'... Anyway, one more time, I'll leave you with the mantra for this week. Yeah? Whew. The Great Mother is asking me to tread lightly on this earth while listening and tending carefully to all that she has given birth. May you tread lightly, listen, and carefully tend to the beautiful Garden of Eden we call Mother Earth. Namaste. Aloha. So much love.